Welcome to today's coverage of girls varsity basketball here on Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. I'm Brady Sari. Joining me once again is Thomas Fox. As today's matchup, we'll see the Royals of Rogers High School taking on the Spuds of Moorhead High School. Going over the starting five for both squads, starting with the visiting team of Rogers, we got Alexis Moberg, Clara Glad, Emily Glass, Peyton Dawn, and Caitlin Mache. Going over your starting five from Moorhead, we have Annie Horan, Tori Hagen, Anna Nelson, Grace Perry, and Haley Oberg.
Now the Spuds coming off a huge win against the Buffalo Bison, winning 62-58. Grace Perry and Annie Horan were the two key contributors in that win. They hope to make it 3 here this afternoon.
It'll be a tough feat for them, though, as Rogers comes into this game with a 9-5 record.
Yeah, but this is the perfect time to be an underdog here. If this is a moment for the Spuds to pick up the pieces to this season, this is the time to beat a very good Rogers Royals team.
And as jump ball is underway, we'll see Annie Horan taking it here for the Spuds, facing the 6'2" Caitlin Mache.
Yeah, the Royals have a ton of height in their lineup. Definitely going to be a dogfight indeed this afternoon.
First possession will go to the Royals here. Quick first basket attempt there from Clara Glad, bounces out. Knocked out of bounds there by Royals. Spuds will have possession now. Royals quickly playing full court press defense here. Anna Nelson trapped behind half court, double teamed. Gets it across to Annie Horan. Kicks into the corner for Oberg. Oberg with a good fake, goes up, blocked there by Mache. Second chance basket by Grace Perry goes. Glad with it now for the Royals. Passes over to Glass. Glass swings to Moberg. Moberg over to Dawn. Looks back over to Glad. Back to Dawn. Emily Glass with it now. Royals moving the ball around here. Three-point attempt there from Clara Glad. No good. Rebounded here by Grace Perry. She'll take it up the court for the Spuds. Pass to Anna Nelson. Nelson with it here. Pass over to Oberg. Oberg kicks to Perry. Perry's pass to Hagen was tipped there by Peyton Dawn. Knocked out of bounds. Spuds will take the ball out in front of the scorer's table. Perry's pass into Nelson. Gets a screen from Perry. Pass to Annie Horan now. Horan gets a screen from Oberg. Into the corner for Nelson. Nelson drives, kicks out to Hagen. Hagen with a drive into the corner for Oberg. Oberg's three. No good on that one. Rebounded by the Royals. Clara Glad with it here for Rogers. Guarded by Anna Nelson. Pass inside to Mache. Looks inside there to Alexis Moberg, stolen away by the Spuds. Quick pass up to Annie Horan. She loses control. Possession will go back to Rogers.
Still a good defensive play by Haley Oberg. She knew exactly where the pass was going. She still made a good play.
Dawn with it now. Passes over to Glad. Glad looks inside to Mache. Into the corner. That three from Emily Glass, no good. Rebounded here by the Royals. Mache goes up with it. That basket good there from Caitlin Mache.
Mache with a nice hesitation floater there. We're going to probably see a lot of that this afternoon.
Grace Perry kicks to Oberg in the corner. Oberg waits, goes up, blocked once again by Caitlin Mache. Rebounded there by Grace Perry. Anna Nelson has it now for the Spuds. Pass over to Annie Horan. Kicks out to Oberg. Oberg over to Nelson. Nelson swings it to Tori Hagen. Tori Hagen goes for a drive. Kicks it back out to Oberg. Oberg looks into Nelson. That shot blocked there by Clara Glad. Royals quickly up the court now. Glad has it. Pass over to Mache. Back to Glad. Thought about the three. Over to the other corner for Moberg. Inside to Mache. Good pass inside there to Moberg from Mache to get the basket. Royals easing up on the press defense now as Anna Nelson takes it across half court. Gets a pass out to Grace Perry. Over and back will be called. Moorhead bench thought Grace Perry lost possession of that one. Royals will have possession at half court here. As into the game for the Spuds is Julia McAdams, Kira Swanson, and Ava Redding. They'll come in for Oberg, Hagen, and Horan.
Julia McAdams has been a very, very good bench player this year. She already had like a few great games, especially last game against Buffalo.
Dawn passes over to Glad now. Looks inside to Moberg. Foul will be called there on Ava Redding. Royals will take it out under their own basket.
Don't be surprised if Rogers tries to get someone open in the corner.
Mache with it here. Mache goes up over McAdams, and that basket falls. Royals with a 4-point lead now early in the first half. Anna Nelson guarded closely there by Glad. Gets a pass over to Perry. Perry swings to Swanson. Swanson kicks over to Redding. Stolen away there by Moberg. Glad with it now for the Royals. Glad is bringing it up the court. Passes into Mache. Back out to Glad. Into the corner for Moberg. Looks inside again to Mache. Mache goes up once again and gets another basket.
Good defense by Kira Swanson there. Just Caitlin Mache, just height against height. Mache won that battle.
Nelson got in some trouble there. Got a pass out to Perry. Kira Swanson tries a three. That one rattles out. Rebounded there by Ava Redding. Passes back out to Nelson. Nelson to Perry. Long pass back to Kira Swanson. Pass inside to McAdams. Stolen away there by Peyton Dawn. Clara Glad with it here. Passes over into the corner for Emily Glass. That three no good. Recovered here by the Royals. Glass pass over to Mache. Mache to Dawn. Dawn drives. Stolen away here by the Spuds. Anna Nelson with it now. Quickly stolen back by Peyton Dawn. And she gets the basket.
You can't get too lazy with the basketball. You got to be fast with this Rogers team. Rogers just plays all physicality, and it showed right there.
Foul called there on Clara Glad. Back into the game for the Spuds is Annie Horan. She'll come in for Anna Nelson. Lauren Peterson also checking into the game for the Spuds. She'll come in for Grace Perry. Pass into Annie Horan behind half court. Controlling the ball for the Spuds. Pass over to Lauren Peterson. Peterson passes to Swanson. Swanson open for a three. That three good from Kira Swanson.
You can already tell that Kira Swanson is shooting with a lot of confidence. I mean, she's already shot 2 threes, and we haven't been accustomed to seeing her shoot those types of shots.
Alexis Moberg answering with that three. Brings the Royals lead back up to 8 here with 11:35 to go in the first half on the Bell Bank scoreboard. Pass inside to McAdams. That basket no good. Rebounded here by the Royals. That three from Emily Glass, no good. Rebounded here by Annie Horan. Horan tripped up on that play. Annie Horan not putting any pressure on her left ankle right now. She's being helped off the court.
Let's hope she's okay.
Ava Redding will check in here for Annie Horan. Glad with it now for the Royals. Passes over to Netzinger. Back to Glad. Up to Mache. Glad with it here. Pass to Netzinger. Back to Glad. Inside to Mache. Glad has it here. Guarded by Redding. Passes over to Jones. Back to Glad. Jones inside patch to Mache. Mache turnaround jumper, no good. Fight for it. Jump ball will be called. Possession will go to the Spuds here. Royals coming back to the full court press defense here as a pass into Redding. Redding passes over to Swanson. Back to Redding. Gets around Glad. Gets it across half court to Swanson here. Swanson looks inside to Nelson. Nelson under the hoop to McAdams is fouled. And that will send McAdams to the breakdown free throw line to shoot two.
That was a good play design there, getting it inside to one of the biggest players on the court right now, Julia McAdams. She is a very good interior scorer and plays with a lot of physicality.
First free throw from McAdams is good. As Tori Hagan checks back into the game for the Spuds, she'll come in for Ava Redding. Second free throw good there from Julia McAdams. Haley Oberg will check back into the game for her. Spuds playing some press defense here as well. Glad gets it across up to Mache. Back to Glad. Kicks over to Jones. Jones with it here into the corner. Pass back out to Glass. Long pass across the court to Jones. Back out to Glass. Glass swings it to Glad. Inside to Mache. And that one good from Mache. Caitlin Mache continues to be a tough scorer to defend here for the Spuds inside.
Yeah, it's just been not going well for the Spuds on defense. Happened to face Caitlin Mache, who is in her zone right now.
Jones has it here for the Royals. Pass over to Strasburg. Strasburg to Dawn. That three from Glad, no good. Rebounded by Lauren Peterson. Peterson passes up to Tori Hagan. Hagan over to Perry. Kicks over to Anna Nelson now. Quick pass from Peterson to Hagan. Hagan moving the ball, passes over to Nelson. Nelson with it here. In some trouble now, passes over to Tori Hagan. Hagan goes for the drive. In some trouble now, gets a pass out to Perry, knocked out of bounds That one went off the hand of Peyton Dawn. Spuds will have the ball here under their own hoop. Nelson's pass comes into Hagen. Hagen with it here. Kicks it to Nelson.
They got to set up more pick and rolls here.
Nelson passes over to Hagen. Nelson was open under the basket as Torrey Hagen looks inside to Perry. Knocked out of bounds there by the Spuds. Royals will regain possession here with 8:45 left to go in the first half on the Bell Bank scoreboard. Royals currently have an 8-point lead here over the Spuds, as Clara Glad will pass over to Don. Back to Glad. Don with it now here for Rogers. Don drives, kicks out to Mache. Mache, quick pass back to Glad. She tries a three, no good. Rebounded here by Grace Perry. Perry up the court with it now for the Spuds. Kick out to Torrey Hagen in the corner. That three bounces off the front of the rim. Rebounded here by Peyton Don. Pass up to Glad. Don looks inside to Mache. Mache drives. Foul will be called there on Grace Perry. That'll send Caitlin Mache to the line to shoot too.
Caitlin Mache has just been so good in the paint. You can already just see that she's playing with a ton of confidence early on.
First free throw good there from Caitlin Mache. As Emily Glass and Chloe Netzinger will come back in here for the Royals. Second one bounces off the front of the rim and goes in. Alexis Moberg will check in now for Caitlin Mache. Anna Nelson quickly up the court here. Stuck behind half court, gets it up to Haley Oberg. Lauren Peterson open in the corner. That three no good. Knocked out of bounds by Rogers. Spuds will keep possession here.
That was a good job getting Lauren Peterson open. Like, she was wide open in the corner, and she's one of the Spuds' best three-point shooters. That is a bench player.
Pass from Nelson comes into Lauren Peterson. She'll pass over to Hagen. Hagen swings to Nelson. Nelson back to Peterson. Peterson kicks it to Hagen. Oberg thought about the three. Kicks out to Peterson. Peterson tries the three. No good on that three. Rebounded here by Torrey Hagen. Hagen looks inside to Oberg. Knocked away. Recovered by Oberg. Peterson will try another three. No good. Rebounded now by Alexis Moberg. Jones with the ball here. And Rogers will call a timeout with 7:04 left to go in the first half. Rogers has a 10-point lead as it is 17-7 here on the Bell Bank scoreboard. And we'll take a quick break here on Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. Welcome back here on Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. After that Royals timeout, Rogers currently has a 10-point lead here over the Spuds with 7 minutes to go in the first half. Rogers will have possession here. Chloe Netzinger will take it out. Her pass into Clara Glad. Glad guarded by Redding. Glad goes for a drive, was blocked by Haley Oberg. Royals will keep possession, however. Long pass in there. That one will go to Netzinger. She passes over to Glass. Glass to Glad. Glad with it here, guarded by Nelson. Pass over. Back to Glad. Long pass across the court to Peyton Don as that three is no good. Knocked out of bounds there by the Spuds. Royals will take it out under their own hoop. Pass nearly stolen away there by Ava Redding. Glass will pass over to Glad. Glad with it here, looks inside. That little floater by Chloe Netzinger is good. Brings the Royals lead here up to 12.
You can already tell that the Spuds are already worried about how good the Royals are in the paint. And you saw right there that they had almost everybody in the paint.
Netzinger trying to go coast to coast on that one. First one doesn't fall, but gets her second chance basket here. 14-point lead now for the Royals. Spuds will call a timeout here with just under 6 minutes left to go in the first half. Currently 21-7 in favor of the Rogers Royals, and we'll take another quick break here on Spuds TV. Welcome back here on Spuds TV after that Moorhead timeout. Rogers currently has a 14-point lead here with just under 6 minutes left to go on the Bell Bank scoreboard. Anna Nelson with it now for the Spuds. Trapped here. Gets a pass over to Oberg. Oberg over to Perry. Long pass across to Redding. Back out to Nelson. Nelson has it here. Gets a screen from McAdams and Oberg. Pass over to Perry. Perry thought about the three. Kicks back out to Nelson. That one under her hand. Goes out of bounds here. Royals will have possession.
That was a good defensive strategy by the Royals. Just staying with their player, and that's what they've been doing all half.
Caitlin Mache checks back in here for the Royals. As Glass will pass over. Glad with it now. Emily Glass pass over to Moberg. In the corner here is Metzinger. Glass with it now. Pass back to Netzinger. She drives. That basket short, rebounded here by Anna Nelson. Nelson with it now for the Spuds. She passes over to Julie McAdams. McAdams drive, kick back out to Perry. Perry swings it over to Anna Nelson. Nelson to Oberg. Back out to Nelson. Oberg looks inside to Perry. Perry goes under the hoop to McAdams. And a foul will be called here on the Royals. Moorhead have possession now. Back into the game for the Royals is Kenzie Jones. She'll check in for Chloe Netzinger.
The Spuds need to be faster moving the ball. They've taken too much time trying to find the perfect pass.
Anna Nelson has it here. She passes over to McAdams. McAdams kicks it to Ava Redding. Inside look to Perry. She gets it over the hands of Clara Glad. Basket no good, however. Pass up now to Emily Glass. She's guarded by Redding. Passes over to Glad. Takes that three, no good. Not no good, it bounces up and in. Foul there on Caitlin Mache. Spuds will keep possession as Kira Swanson will check into the game. She'll come in for Haley Oberg.
That was a good shot by Clara Glad. She was well guarded too.
Nelson with it here for the Spuds. Guarded by Jones. Nelson gets it across to Kira Swanson. Swanson with it, pass over to Perry. Perry to Redding. Redding drives. Redding is fouled, so she will go to the breakdown free throw line to shoot two.
This is already looking like much better ball movement here by the Spuds. A lot more fast-paced. That's what they need to do for the rest of the game, regardless of how much they're down or how much they're up.
First free throw good there from Ava Redding. Peyton Don checks back in here for the Royals. She'll come in for Emily Glass. Second free throw rattles around but falls there for Ava Redding. Glad passes over to Don. Bounce pass over to Mache. Mache being double teamed now. Stolen away here by the Spuds. Ava Redding with it. She goes up. Foul will be called there on Peyton Don. Sends Ava Redding back to the breakdown free throw line for two more.
This kind of play is exactly what the Spuds need. Physical defense, and physical offense.
First free throw no good there from Ava Redding. 3:13 left to go here on the first half on the Bell Bank scoreboard. Second free throw rattles out there from Ava Redding, was rebounded by Alexis Moberg. Pass back to Moberg. In trouble now is Julie McAdams. And Royals will have to call a timeout here before they can get it across half court. 23-9 in favor of the Royals here with 3:04 left to go in the first half. We'll take another quick break here on Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. Welcome back here on Spuds TV after that Rogers timeout. Peyton Don with it here for the Royals. She passed over to Kenzie Jones. Jones kicks back out to Don. Back over to Jones. Jones with the drive. Tries to get a pass over to Clara Glad. Knocked out of bounds off the foot of Anna Nelson. Royals will take the ball out under their own hoop. Pass in there to Don. Kicks over to Mache off the foot of Nelson as she recovers the ball. Long pass up to Redding. Looks inside to McAdams. Knocked around, fight for it. Jump ball will be called here. Possession will come back to Rogers here as Emily Glass checks back into the game, as well as Gwyneth Strasberg.
You saw on that last defensive possession, the Spuds are starting to learn their lesson. They're starting to double team Caitlin Mache now, and on that one possession, it worked.
Strasberg passes out to Moberg. Kicks it to Don. Glass stuck in the corner here, gets a pass in to Mache. Mache shot blocked by McAdams, but she gets the second chance basket.
still, good effort by Julia McAdams, blocking the first shot. Caitlin Mache has just been on a tear.
Anna Nelson's pass to Ava Redding was knocked away here by the Royals. Long pass up now to Glad. Knocked out of bounds by Anna Nelson. Royals will take it out on the far side of the court here. Pass behind half court to Glad, guarded by Ava Redding. Glad drives. Foul will be called there on Anna Nelson. Royals will take it out under their own hoop here with under 2 minutes left to go in the first half.
See Ava Redding guarding Caitlin Mache.
Pass in there, stolen away by Ava Redding. Redding goes up, gets her rebound. Kira Swanson puts the second chance up, no good. Julia McAdams tries and is fouled. That'll send Julia McAdams to the breakdown free throw line to shoot two.
I mean, Julia McAdams has been probably, in my opinion, one of the best second chance scorers on the Spuds roster. I mean, so many times she's been able to get her own miss and make up for it.
Second free throw falls there from Julia McAdams. As Lauren Peterson checks back into the game, she'll come in for Kira Swanson. A little scoring update here from the boys basketball, playing Minnetonka down in STMA. Currently down 71-37 to the Skippers. Dawn with it here now for the Royals. She passes over to Glass. Pass knocked away there by Ava Redding.
Looked like head coach Tom Dryberg and assistant coach Mark Perry, looks like they wanted an over and back violation on Rogers, and they didn't get it.
First free throw good there from Clara Glad. Brings the Royals lead up to 15 points here. Second one brings it to 16. As back into the game for the Royals is Kenzie Jones. She'll check in for Gwenna Strasberg. Claire Steiner also into the game now for the Spuds. She'll pass into Ava Redding. Just over a minute to go here in the first half. Ava Redding stuck behind half court. Has to try a pass up to Claire Steiner. She gets a pass. Knocked out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Spuds here. Nelson long pass into Claire Steiner. Stolen away by Clara Glad. Pass up to Emily Glass. She kicks over to Kenzie Jones. Jones bounce pass inside now. Jump ball will be called there. Possession will go to the Spuds with under a minute to go here in the first half.
I think Clara Glad had enough time to potentially kick it out to Caitlin Mache in the corner for a three-pointer.
Pass to Redding, quickly stolen away there by Glad. Basket no good. Kept alive by Jones. Stolen away now by the Spuds. Jump ball will be called here. Possession will stay with the Royals. As Grace Perry will check back into the game for the Spuds. She'll come in for Claire Steiner. Netzinger and Moberg will check back in here for the Royals. That pass knocked out of bounds there by Anna Nelson. Kenzie Jones with the now for the Royals. She'll pass over to Glass. Long pass across to Netzinger. Back out to Jones. Inside now to Glad. Glad brings it back out. Passes over to Netzinger. Netzinger drives. Foul called there on Julia McAdams. Royals taking the ball under their own hoop here. Pass into Netzinger. Glad with it now. Pass over to Glass. Back to Glad. Just 5 seconds left to go here in the first half. Royals looking to get the last second shot off.
This is good defense.
And before Glad can get a shot off, she loses possession. And that clock will sound. First half of basketball in the books here. Royals with a 16-point lead, as is 27-11 in favor of the Royals. We'll take a break for halftime here on Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle's service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day. And in return, to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful. And it really brings me back every day.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Welcome to second half basketball here on Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. Royals coming into the second half with a 16-point lead here over the Spuds. It is 27-11. Story of the first half, I definitely say, is the offense and defense of Caitlin Mache.
Absolutely. I mean, she's been everywhere. Offensively especially, 12 points, and she's been everywhere when it comes to rebounding too. And the Spuds have had a really hard time trying to compensate for that offensive attack by Caitlin Mache. I am a man of optimism, however. I think the Spuds have a chance of making a pretty decent comeback. They were playing a lot more quick at the end of the first half, and I think they can carry that into the second half.
As second half basketball is underway, a little score final here from the boys' side of Moorhead basketball. Tough loss for them down in St. Michael Albertville, losing to the Skippers of Minnetonka, 41-80.
Yeah, it was a tough loss for them, but they have a pretty solid unit around them, and I think they can bounce back after that loss.
Spuds will start with the ball here in the second half. Tori Hagen with it here for the Spuds. She'll pass over to Haley Oberg. Oberg over to Swanson. Swanson bounce pass to Hagen. She'll pass out to Perry. Perry thought about the three. Gets it out to Oberg. Oberg drives, goes up. That basket good from Haley Oberg. Early offense here in the second half for the Spuds.
Great decision making there by Haley Oberg. She could have had a chance for a three-pointer, but just went with the easy one instead.
Spuds looking to get some early offense going here so they don't have to play catch-up for the rest of the half. As Royals, that's Clara Glad, was guarded by Anna Nelson, passes over to Peyton Dawn. Dawn guarded by Nelson, now in some trouble, gets a pass out to Glass.
It's already a lot better defense by the Spuds.
Knocked away there by Tori Hagen. Repossessed, however, by the Royals. Emily Glass tries a three in front of her own bench. That one rolls in. Three good there from Emily Glass. Pass up to Grace Perry here. Perry kicks over to Swanson. Out of her reach, however. Possession will go back to the Royals.
I mean, Swanson, she had a clear lane to the hoop if Perry and Swanson were to connect. Missed opportunity there for the Spuds.
Spuds showing some press defense now. Pass up to, I believe that one was up to Moberg. Repossessed now by the Spuds. Long pass over to Nelson, stolen away here by Peyton Dawn. She'll pass to Mache. Mache inside to Dawn. Basket rolls out. Rebounded now by Glad. Back to Glad here. Kicks out to Dawn. Back to Glad. Glad looks inside, knocked away by Kira Swanson, rebounded by Anna Nelson. And before she can get a pass off, a travel will be called here. Royals will regain possession. Pass into Clara Glad. She'll take it across half court. She'll pass over to Dawn now. Back to Glad. Dawn inside pass to Moberg. Looks inside to Dawn, stolen away by Kira Swanson. Grace Perry will take it up here for the Spuds.
All the Spuds really need to do now is just get their offense going. I mean, their defense is already clicking at the perfect time.
That inside pass knocked away by Mache. Dawn will take it up here for the Royals. Pass over to Glad. Back to Dawn. Glad inside to Mache. Mache goes up over Swanson. That one rolls out. Rebounded by Haley Oberg. Grace Perry up the court now. Kicks out to Swanson. Swanson, pass over to Oberg. Inside to Nelson. Knocked out of bounds by the Royals. Spuds will keep possession here. Lauren Peterson and Julia McAdams will check back in for the Spuds. They'll come in for Swanson and Perry. Anna Nelson takes the ball out now for the Spuds. Quick inside pass to McAdams, guarded by Mache. Second chance basket from Oberg is good. 15-30 in favor of the Royals here early in the second half on the Bell Bank scoreboard. As that was Glad trying to go coast to coast, knocked out by the Spuds. Anna Nelson has it now for Moorhead.
That was a good screen from Haley Oberg on the other side of the court.
Anna Nelson has it now for the Spuds. Pass over to Lauren Peterson. Back to Nelson. Tori Hagen open in front of the Spuds bench. Tries that three. Bounce off the front of the rim. McAdams there for the second chance, however. No good on that basket. Rebounded by Mache. Glad gets around Lauren Peterson. Pass out to Glass. Glass has it in front of the Royals bench. Long pass out to Dawn. Dawn to Mache. Mache inside pass there to Moberg. And a foul will be called there on Haley Oberg. Sends Moberg to the line, shoot two. First one good there from Moberg, as Ava Redding will check in here for Tori Hagen. Second one good there from Moberg. Brings the Royals lead up to 17 here early in the second half. Ava Redding's pass up to Anna Nelson now. Foul will be called there on Clara Glad. Supposed to take it out on the far side of the court.
Yeah, you already know that Rogers is not going to steer away from this full court press defense that they've been doing all game. It's worked, so they're not going to stop.
Oberg's pass to Peterson, stolen away there by Emily Glass. Mache with the now looks inside to Moberg. Back out to Mache. Back inside to Moberg. Moberg gets around McAdams and gets the basket. Anna Nelson facing that full court press defense now. She gets it double teamed here, in some trouble, gets a pass over to Redding. McAdams open under the basket. Oberg in the corner now. Looks inside to McAdams, kept alive here by Lauren Peterson. Anna Nelson has it here. Spuds will reset on offense. Pass over to Lauren Peterson, knocked out of bounds by Glass. Grace Perry checks back in for the Spuds now. She'll check in for Anna Nelson. Chloe Netzinger will check in now for the Royals. She'll come in for Peyton Dawn. Claire Steiner also checking in for the Spuds. She'll come in for Haley Oberg. Steiner gets a pass into Lauren Peterson here. Kicks out to Perry. Perry gets a screen from McAdams. Perry drives. Kicks back out to Peterson. Peterson open three. No good on that one from Lauren Peterson. Rebounded by Emily Glass. She passes up to Glad. Glad drives, kicks over to Mache, goes up with it, draws the foul. I believe that one will go on Julia McAdams. That'll send Caitlin Mache to the line to shoot two.
I mean, it's just a very difficult dilemma that the Spuds have to face against Caitlin Mache. I mean, you either foul her and give up an and one opportunity or just give up the wide open shot.
First one good there from Caitlin Mache. Second one rattles in as Kenzie Jones will check back in here for Rogers. She'll come in for Emily Glass. Royals not letting up on the full court press defense here as Ava Redding is guarded by Jones behind half court. Redding gets a pass up to Perry. Perry guarded by Mache, kicks out to McAdams. McAdams passes to Peterson. Peterson back to Perry. Long pass across to Claire Steiner. Steiner will drive the baseline. Gets the basket there.
Great drive by Claire Steiner there, just working the baseline.
Glad with it here, passes over to Moberg. Into the corner for Jones. Long pass across to Glad. Glad inside to Mache. Mache with a good turnaround drive, using the backboard on that one. Gets the basket.
I mean, the Spuds, they just let their guard down there. They can't do that against a player like Caitlin Mache.
Lauren Peterson with it now for the Spuds. She'll pass out to Ava Redding. Redding looks inside to Steiner and finds her. That basket good from Claire Steiner.
Claire Steiner starting to get hot.
Glad guarded by Redding behind half court now. Gets it across. Passes over to Jones. Jones inside to Moberg. Stolen away here by McAdams. Grace Perry with it now. Will bring it up the court for the Spuds. Gets a screen from McAdams. Perry kicks to Peterson. Peterson back out onto the perimeter. Passes to Perry. Perry inside to Julia McAdams. McAdams goes up and over Mache and gets the basket.
McAdams with her own sky hook Kareem Abdul-Jabbar type play. Something that Caitlin Mache's done all afternoon.
Jones with it, looks inside to Mache, knocked away there by Julia McAdams. Claire Steiner has it now, passes up to Grace Perry. Perry long pass across the court to Peterson, inside to McAdams, and gets the basket there.
I'm really liking this Julia McAdams, Caitlin Mache matchup here. McAdams is starting to get the better of it.
And timeout will be called here on the Royals as the Spuds are starting to cut into this Royals lead. We'll take a quick break here on Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. Welcome back here on Spuds TV after that Royals timeout. Royals looking to reset here after Moorhead went on a little bit of an offensive streak, bringing the Royals lead back down to 15 points. 10:26 to go here in the second half on the Bell Bank scoreboard. Plenty of time for a comeback here for Moorhead. That pass up to Glad. Pass over to Jones into the corner for Strasburg. That three no good. Rebounded there by Steiner. In some trouble now. Jump ball will be called. Possession will stay with the Royals.
Yeah, you were saying there was a chance for a comeback. Absolutely. I mean, the way the Spuds are playing right now, they can make this like potentially like an 8-point game with still a lot of time left on the clock.
Mache fight for the ball. Goes up with the basket, no good, and then a jump ball will be called here, and possession will go to the Spuds. Great work there by Julia McAdams to fight for it, and gets possession back to Moorhead.
She is having herself a fantastic second half.
Steiner gets a pass into Perry. Royals easing up on the press defense now. Perry stuck at half court, and before anything can happen, Spuds will call a timeout. Still 23-38 here on the Bell Bank scoreboard with just under 10 minutes left to go. We'll take another quick break here on Spuds TV.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Welcome back here on Spuds TV after that Moorhead timeout. Spuds looking to continue to cut into the Rogers lead here with just under 10 minutes left to go on the Bell Bank scoreboard. Grace Perry will take it out in front of the score table. Bounce pass into Redding, stolen away by Kenzie Jones. Kenzie Jones gets the easy 2.
That was a good read by Kenzie Jones. Perry wanted to try to get it to the outside to what looked like Claire Steiner, but a great defensive play.
Ava Redding bounce pass under the hoop to McAdams, and that one goes from Julia McAdams. Good pass there from Redding to get a basket to Julia McAdams.
She's the Spuds' leading scorer right now.
Clara Glad with it now, guarded by Redding. Pass out to Kenzie Jones. Kenzie Jones over to Netzinger. Looks inside there to Strasburg. That basket good. Redding with it now, guarded behind half court by Jones. Double team now, gets a pass up to Perry. Perry looks across to Peterson. Peterson tries a 3. That one no good from Lauren Peterson. Fight for it, rebounded there by Moberg. Little miscommunication here from the Royals. Fight for it, rebounded by Glad. Glad guarded by Steiner now. Clara Glad has it here, passes over to Netzinger. Netzinger into the corner for Jones. That one no good. Rebounded by Steiner. Perry will take it up now for the Spuds. Kicks over to Lauren Peterson. Peterson to Perry. Looks inside to McAdams. Stolen away now by the Royals. Kenzie Jones with it here, guarded by Ava Redding. Stolen away by Ava Redding. Redding with a pass to McAdams. McAdams goes up. That basket good from Julia McAdams. Foul called there on Claire Steiner. As looking at some new players here for the Spuds. Toria Hagan, Anna Nelson, Haley Oberg, and Kira Swanson will check into the game. Those 4 will come in for Redding, Peterson, Steiner, and McAdams. Glad passes over to Glass, back to Glad. Glad with it here. She drives, goes up, guarded, or I believe that one might have been tipped by Haley Oberg. Stolen away quickly now. Kept alive here by the Royals. Emily Glass passes over to Glad. Glad tries a 3. That one no good. Foul will be called. That foul will go on Haley Oberg. Royals will take it out under their own basket here as Caitlin Mache checks back into the game for Rogers. She'll check in for Strasburg. Glad, long pass into Glass there. She'll pass over to Netzinger. Back over to Glad. Glad guarded by Anna Nelson. Goes for the drive, gets a pass over to Netzinger. Kicks over to Glass. To Moberg now. Glad tries a 3 at the key, no good. Rebounded. And a jump ball will be called here. Possession will go to the Spuds.
A lot more physicality from the Spuds in this second half than in the first half. It has been a game changer for them.
Peyton Dawn checks in for the Royals here. She'll come in for Chloe Netzinger. Perry with it now for the Spuds. Perry drives, good fake there. Doesn't get the basket, however. Rebounded by Perry now. Nelson kicks back out to Perry. Swings over to Kira Swanson. Swanson looks inside to Nelson. Nelson back up to Oberg. Oberg tries a 3. No good on that one. Foul called there on the Royals. Spuds will take it out under their own hoop now.
That was some good ball movement on that possession for the Spuds.
That foul will go on Emily Glass here. 6:30 left to go in the second half on the Bell Bank scoreboard. Nelson passing to Oberg. Oberg to Hagen. Nelson tries a three now. That three no good. Rebounded by the Royals. Glad quickly up the court now. Guarded by Nelson. Kicks over to Don. Don inside to Mache. Mache with a good move inside. Draws the foul, and that'll send Caitlin Mache to the line to shoot two.
Another example of Caitlin Mache just being fearless. She has been that type of player this afternoon.
First free throw off the front of the rim there for Mache, no good. Second free throw good there from Caitlin Mache. Ava Redding will check back in for the Spuds. She'll come in for Tori Hagen. Royals back to the full court press here as Anna Nelson takes it up for the Spuds. Nelson gets a pass over to Perry. Kira Swanson open on the line. Back over to Perry. Swings across to Nelson. Look inside of Redding with a little miscommunication. Goes out of bounds. Royals will regain possession now with just under 6 left to go here in today's competition.
Yeah, Ava Redding thought that she would get the pass on her cut, but like you said, miscommunication.
Mache has it here, goes up. That basket good again, once again from Caitlin Mache, getting it over 2 Moorhead defenders. Long pass up to Redding, she'll drive. Doesn't get the basket, rebounded here by Emily Glass. Glass passes over to Glad. Into the corner for Emily Glass. Back to Glad. Looks inside to Moberg. That one goes out of bounds. Possession will come back to Moorhead here. Anna Nelson has it now for the Spuds. Brings it across half court. She'll pass over to Redding. Redding over to Swanson. Swanson passes to Anna Nelson. Nelson drives, goes up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded there by Mache. Glad will take it up, guarded by Redding. Pass over now to Don. In the corner for Moberg. Pass to Mache. Mache looks inside to Mogard. Stolen away there by Kira Swanson.
That was good double teaming there by the Spuds.
Grace Perry with it now for Moorhead. She'll pass over to Anna Nelson. Inside look was knocked out of bounds by a Royals defender. Possession will stay with Moorhead. Julie McAdams will check back into the game now for Grace Perry. As Hoffman will check in now for Rogers. Timeout called here by Moorhead. 45-27 in favor of the Royals here with 4:22 left to go on the Bell Bank scoreboard. We'll take a break here on Spuds TV.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Welcome back here on Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. After that Moorhead timeout, Royals currently with an 18-point lead here over the Spuds with 4:22 left to go in the second half. Spuds taking it out under their own hoop here. Anna Nelson gets a pass into Julie McAdams. She kicks out to Swanson. Swanson drives. She goes up. But a double dribble will be called on Kira Swanson. Royals will regain possession now.
That was a good play design. Having Kira Swanson drive to the hoop. She's been that type of player all year.
Glad has it here. Passes to Glass. Glass swings over to Moberg. Moberg to Hoffman. Spud's bench wanted to travel there on Hoffman. Moberg with an out pass over to Glass. Glass goes up from the free throw line and gets that banked too. Nelson bringing it up the court for the Spuds. Gets a screen from Kira Swanson and Oberg. Nelson drives, blocked by Moberg, draws the foul. And that'll send Anna Nelson to the breakdown free throw line to shoot two. First free throw from Anna Nelson, bounces off the back of the rim, no good. Netzinger and Jones checking back in here for the Royals. Second free throw good there from Anna Nelson. Pass into Kenzie Jones, pass across the court to Glad, up the court to Mache. Hoffman with it now for the Royals, looks inside to Mache. That jumper from Mache, no good, knocked out of bounds by the Royals. Spuds will have the ball now.
Yeah, every possession is getting a lot more out of reach for the Spuds. With the score as it is right now, I'm not sure if they'll be able to crawl out of this hole that they're in.
Grace Perry checked in for Anna Nelson now. Perry gets a screen from McAdams. Kicks to Kira Swanson. Swanson over to Oberg. Oberg good inside look to Perry there, draws the foul and gets the and one. Grace Perry will go to the breakdown free throw line for a three-point chance.
Talk about threading the needle. My goodness, that was a great pass to Grace Perry.
Strasburg and Abby Hanks will check in now for the Royals. Free throw good there from Perry. 16-point lead for the Royals here with 3 minutes left to go in the second half on the Bell Bank scoreboard. Kenzie Jones quickly up the court now, gets around Oberg. Hoffman, before the shot can go, travel will be called there. Spuds will have the ball now with under 3 minutes left here in today's competition. Perry takes the ball up the court for the Spuds, gets a screen from McAdams. Kira Swanson in the corner. That basket good from Kira Swanson. Spuds quickly calls a timeout here. 2:39 left to go in the second half. 47-33 in favor of the Royals here, and we'll take another quick break on Spuds TV.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Welcome back here on Spuds TV after that Moorhead timeout. Spuds continuing to try to come back from this Royals lead here as it's down to 14 points now. 2:39 left to go in the second half. Royals will take it out here. Royals trying a little trick play here. And a travel will be called there on Glad. Spuds will have the ball.
I mean, there is still a chance that the Spuds could come back after those few quick buckets. But the Royals have really silenced Grace Perry, the leading scorer for the Spuds.
That three from Oberg just short of the basket. Second chance from Swanson, no good. McAdams goes back up. Jump ball called here now. Rogers will have the ball now. Bounce pass there into Glad. Glad taking it up the court now for Rogers. Trying to go coast to coast. Basket no good, but draws a foul. That'll send Clara Glad to the line to shoot two. That foul will go to Kira Swanson.
I mean, you got to give Rogers credit for being able to neutralize the offensive attack for the Spuds. Grace Perry was held to 4 points this afternoon. I mean, they did a phenomenal job defensively.
Lauren Peterson checking into the game for Ava Redding as that free throw falls. Perry quickly up the court now for the Spuds. Screen from Oberg and McAdams. McAdams under the hoop now, goes up with it, no good. Knocked out of bounds here by Mache. Possession will stay with the Spuds.
I mean, you got to admit, Julia McAdams has really stepped up in this game. And in my opinion, I think she deserves at least one game where she's in the starting lineup because she's played phenomenal off the bench.
And Glad taking free throws now as the ref didn't like something Tom Dryberg had to say as he gave Dryberg a technical foul. Glad gets one of the technical foul free throws here. As a brand new 5 in now for the Royals. Hanks with it now, passes over to Hoffman. Hoffman swings to Don. Don drives. And a foul will be called there on Kira Swanson. That'll send Peyton Don to the line to shoot two.
Still liking the effort from the Spuds. Even though they're down big, they're still playing their hearts out.
Free throw no good there from Don. 1:46 left to go in today's competition. And that is Caitlin Schwantz. She'll check in for Grace Perry. Claire Steiner will also check into the game for Haley Oberg. Second one good there from Dawn. Schwantz will take the ball up here for the Spuds. Bounce pass to Lauren Peterson. Looks inside to McAdams. That shot from McAdams no good. Rebounded here by Strasburg. Hanks takes it up now for the Royals. Guarded by Peterson. Hoffman over to Don. Into the corner for Moberg. Closely guarded here by McAdams. Looks inside there to Don. Don goes up, knocked out of bounds by the Spuds. Wells to keep possession here. Pass in there to Abby Hanks. over to Hoffman. Hoffman looks inside to Strasburg. Basket no good. Kicked out of bounds here by the Spuds. Royals will keep possession now with just 1:05 left to go in the second half. Pass into Hanks now. Looks across to Brattensborg. That pass sails out of bounds. Possession will go back to the Spuds.
Little miscommunication on the pass there by Rogers.
Schwantz with it here. Rogers with the ball. Hoffman passes over to Hanks. That one goes out of bounds off of the Spuds. Royals will keep possession. Checking into the game now for the Royals is Allison Moss. She'll check in for Gwenna Strasburg. Pass comes in to Brattensborg. Moss tries a three, no good. Kicked out of bounds by the Royals. Spuds will have possession with just 25 seconds left here in today's competition.
Well, Rogers really did a great job today. I mean, on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they really played their hearts out. A huge win for the Royals.
Pass inside to McAdams, knocked out of bounds. Caitlin Schwantz will take it out under their basket. Gets a pass into McAdams. Goes up with it, draws the foul. That'll send Julia McAdams to the breakdown free throw line to shoot two. Free throw no good there from Julia McAdams. Second one no good, rebounded by Kira Swanson. She puts it back up for the basket. After that Spuds basket, the clock will run down here, and Rogers will take the win. Before the clock can sound, however, travel will be called. Spuds will take it out with 1 second left. Steiner's pass into McAdams.
She almost made that shot.
And with that buzzer, Rogers will take the win here over Moorhead, 51-35. I definitely say story of the game is Caitlin Mache. They're here for Rogers.
Absolutely. I mean, she and the rest of the Royals squad played phenomenally well.
Julia McAdams with a good second half here for Moorhead on the offensive side, but it seemed like every time they scored, Rogers responded with the basket of their own. Stick around here on Spuds TV, as up next is girls hockey versus Andover at 5 p.m., followed by boys hockey against Warroad at 7. But until then, I'm Brady Sari.